Aloha and thanks for tuning into the channel. This is going to be a really quick video. I didn't want to bore you with a complete flight, but I just did a Sayintentions AI flight from Groton, New London over to New Haven. It's only like a 25-minute flight. I'm parked at the west ramp. I'm actually parked where normally you'd see either a small commuter aircraft or a 737. I figured why not. But what I wanted to kind of go over was a new feature in Sayintentions AI. And that new feature is it'll run in your browser on a portal.sayintentions.ai. I think it's actually Sayintentions / Comlink. And just by going to that address on a tablet or mobile device that's on the same Wi-Fi as your system, it'll pop up in your browser, which is really cool. And what you can see here, and I'll zoom the camera in after, is this is the audio from the flight. I actually did not put the Sayintentions window up in the cockpit at all during this flight. And the only quirk I really had was a quirk with my electronic flight bag and not the Sayintentions software. So Comlink was awesome. The one quirk I did have is I'm running it on an iPad mini, and if you can see here, this is the information for New Haven, and it takes up a lot of the window. And as I move over, I go, it's kind of a floating area, you know, it's kind of, and it'll occasionally lock into place in one side or the other. See, it just kind of snapped down there. Overall, I really liked it. It's a very similar experience to using the actual Sayintentions software on the main PC or having it up and running in a window. Now that window is running on the computer, but I actually just put it in the background so I could focus on just having it on the tablet. Overall, very, very impressed with the software. It isn't as obvious that you're using it, which is kind of nice. But when you do key your mic, you don't get any kind of acknowledgement from this window that you've keyed your mic. After the conversation, or after you've, you know, put your part of the conversation in, I'll say, when the AI comes back to you is when this populates. That was my experience on the tablet, which it's good. I've not saying anything bad. I liked how it came back to me. It was very responsive. I still saw some of the same quirks that I've seen before with taxi instructions and with not giving me my transponder codes. That I've kind of accepted that as normal now. Yeah, what it does do here, though, and you can kind of see it here, if it gives you a transponder, when it will, it'll actually show up in this window. So it is giving it to you, but it's not verbally telling you like a real air traffic controller would. So overall, very positive impressions of how they've got it up and running in the browser here. Again, it was a short flight, but everything worked out really well. And I'll get up behind the camera and I'll zoom in on this so you can kind of get a look at what's here. But again, overall, good impressions of it. I like this feature. I like the dark mode they did on the PC side as well. They did a dark mode. They changed the look of it a little bit, but the functionality is still there. So far, I really like the software. And I'll stop wasting your time and I will zoom in. So let me slowly move the camera down. And then let's zoom in. So at the top you can see it gives you all the airport information. If you're VFR or if you're IFR, it'll also give you your assigned transponder code. It'll then give you who's talking. You can see me in the white there and the green underneath. is their response to me. And it updated very quickly after I gave my my spiel. They'd come back to me, and the browser would update. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it, and it beats having it up here. So now the cockpit itself, and I'll kind of pan around, is devoid of any kind of applications. And during the flight, I even went as far as to take my mouse and stick it underneath, so I had nothing up top at all. I didn't have a keyboard, I didn't have a mouse, I had my headphones on, and I was just talking fairly naturally. So the only quirk I had was when I opened this, my electronic flight bag, which is Flight Plan Go, would lose the GPS connection, or the fake GPS connection, to the PC. So Flight Plan Go would kick back to the real GPS. So every time I shifted from the Comlink software, or Comlink here, over to the electronic flight bag, I would have to reselect the SIM as my source of data for navigation. And I'll show you that here in a second. I'll aim this. I'll lower this a little here, and we'll kind of make it a little bit. See if I can lower this a little bit more. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. And there we go. So what I would find myself doing, or having to do, is I would have to go in here, go into Flight Plan Go. Now right now, you see what it just did? It had me here for a second, and it kicked me out. It basically just booted me off of the fake GPS from the SIM and kicked me into reality. So then what I had to do was I had to go to external, and then go to FSX prepared. Now it's connected me back up again, and when I go back, there I am again. So that's been my quirk, but that's more my electronic flight bag than anything. So far, a really good experience with it. I'm happy. It's been fun to fly with. If you've had any cool experiences with it, by all means, I'd love to hear about it. Comments below, always appreciated. But yeah, I got to say, I'm having a lot of fun with this software, and I'm definitely getting my money's worth with it. I can't recommend it strongly enough if you're somebody who wants to get into this. So definitely liking the Comlink software. That's about it for now. So stay safe out there, and as always, happy flying. And thanks for tuning in.